Hey guys, what's up today? Happy Friday to you guys. I'm super excited because we are introducing a few more speakers to you guys. So I'm very excited to introduce the next speaker that we're going to have at the Tax and Accounting Summit 2021. So if you already haven't gotten your tickets, go ahead and grab them now. Tickets are selling super fast. Tickets are going to stop being sold in November, so you want to grab your tickets now. All right, guys, so let's bring up our next speaker. So let's see. Hey, Andrew, I think you can request to join. Let me see if I can do it on my side too. Let's see here. Go live. There we go. To a request.
Hello?
Hey, it worked.
Yay. Yeah, I'm definitely an Instagram beginner still. So when I told her I was gonna, we already had a dope CFO Instagram that I don't really manage at all. My marketing team does. But I was like, I'm
Yeah.
getting my own Instagram. Thought, how hard can it be? It's actually pretty tricky.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, thank you so much for joining on. I'm really excited to introduce you to everybody. So, guys, this is Andrew Hunzicker, CPA. He is the owner and creator of Dope CFO, and he teaches accountants and bookkeepers and CPAs and EAs across the country how to niche down in cannabis. So, I just want to kind of go a little bit more about cannabis today. Of course, let the people learn more about you. So go ahead and let them know like where you located, and maybe we could kick it off by talking about why cannabis.
So yeah, well, thank you. So I'm in Oregon right now, and my kind of program and me getting into cannabis at all was completely accidental. I actually like to call, when I say cannabis, I like to be super inclusive now to CBD hemp. Um, Lots of people ask the question, well, what happens when cannabis is legal? It won't be a great niche anymore. That couldn't be farther from the truth. And I get to say, look, we already saw this happen with CBD hemp. CBD and hemp were illegal 2 years ago, and it got taken off Schedule One, and now it's legal everywhere. And of course, you've all seen it everywhere because it is everywhere. Um, and cannabis will likely be the same. It is whether, and this is states or nationally, it's not a red blue issue. Um, it doesn't really matter. This has swept the U.S. under the last
Mhm.
administration. It's sweeping the U.S. now. The
Mhm.
Eastern Seaboard is just legalized overnight the last few months. So it's a very, very big industry. I'm super passionate about it. I think it's the most fun niche by a long shot. You meet amazing people of all types. We have an extremely diverse program. Actually, my students in the program are more than three-quarters of the AICPA is having their national conference next week in Vegas, and I'm speaking there. But I've got three of the five people on the social equity panel, so it's just a great time to get involved in this niche.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if I answered your question, but it's a fun.
Absolutely, you did. You
It's very big, and there's lots of myths around it. So I'm excited to come to the conference and speak on that as well.
Absolutely. So I put up a few statistics because I wanted to be prepared. So I researched and I found that the cannabis industry is going to reach 42 billion by 2026, right? 42 billion. So that's a lot of opportunity. There's 158 million people around the world that use cannabis, and there are over 7,500 dispensaries in the United States right now, and that's growing each and every day. And of those, a good 35 to 40% of those guys make over $500,000 a year minimum,
So
right?
So right off the bat, I will argue with a whole bunch of those statistics. So
Yeah.
first off, the number of companies, there's over 120,000 companies right this second in the U.S. that need accountants.
Mm-hmm.
Just my home state of Oklahoma alone has 12,000 cannabis companies. Most of those are farms and dispensaries, and Oklahoma is a tiny state. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting 500,000 companies to need accountants in the
Total.
next 2 to 3 years. And again, the average revenue for mom and pop, again, way over 500,000. So I don't care if you start a farm. If you want to start a farm or a processing plant or a dispensary, you're probably going to be needing millions of dollars on day one. But even a small dispensary is usually multi-million. So if you look and say Boston, New York, I have actually a student who has a Boston dispensary doing 12 million in sales. I have so I live in a tiny town, Bend, Oregon. We have 23 dispensaries, 3 of which have been my clients. So the smallest dispensary in all of my tiny town of 80,000 people does over $1 million. The top dispensary in our town does over 8 million in sales. So mom and pops are multi-million dollars. That's the awesome part. They can pay 10 to 15 a grand a month in fees right off the bat. So it's a great industry to get into, and the numbers are going to grow rapidly. But what do we have? Almost 400 million people in the US, and 8 out of 10 of us actually agree we want medical cannabis. That's, at the end of the day, the biggest thing about this industry. This is real medicine. For an aging population, we need this medicine, all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we give out these statistics because we want to tell the community, tell the tax and accounting professionals, like, what the opportunity is, right? Where they might be used to only charging $500, $1,000 for a regular, just general business. Whereas, as you just stated, in cannabis, you can easily, command fees as high as $10,000 or more per month, is what you're saying, in
Easily.
cannabis.
So, as a matter
Right.
of fact, the people in my program, I'm going to tell you, if you are starving and you got laid off yesterday because of COVID and you got 2 kids at home and you need to put food on the table, okay, if you want to bid $2,000 a month or whatever, but by client 2, I never, ever again want you to see even make an offer less than $5,000 a month. And by year 1, I don't want you seeing you offering less than $10,000 a month, period. I want you to have a 6 or 7 figure firm with 2 or 3 clients max. There's no need for 10, 20, 30, 50 clients. Let's just target, and even with 1 client. So I've got a couple people. So Tammy in Boston, she landed her client at $14,000 a month. They told her 6 months later, they told her they were paying her too little. She's now making around $20,000 a month. So a single client, they're adding more dispensaries and more locations. So you can have a $10,000 a month client grow to 20 or $25,000 a month over 2 years. So we've seen people with just a single client
Yes.
have their revenue grow. And so
Yes.
it's a good niche, I promise you.
Yeah. Right. Like, that sounds amazing. So we're gonna stop it right there, because I think that's enough to get people hooked. You have to come to the event if you want to learn these strategies. You want to learn how you can make 6 figures just with 1 cannabis client. Like, this is absolutely amazing. You want to be in a room. So be sure to grab your tickets if you want to watch Andrew's keynote on cannabis. Andrew, thank you so much. I'm super excited to have you. I cannot wait to see you on stage and to hear more about the cannabis industry and just the opportunity for tax and accounting professionals. So thank you.
Okay, well, thank you too. It's going to be so fun to meet you in person. And I'm not sure do I just turn off my thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll just end it. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
all right. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.